Hi, welcome to You Make Me Sick TV. Please like and subscribe, it's free. And I appreciate you visiting the channel today. Thanks so much. I have an update on the Epstein files. Don't forget, hashtag release the files, hashtag release the Epstein files. We can't stop going in every direction on all the criminal activity our president and the cabinet are doing. Okay, so apparently Bloomberg can't come out with 18,000 emails. Jeffrey Epstein's, I don't want to say computer, but they were all from, him. And it's really looking bad for Trump and Ghislaine Maxwell. Also, a person named Lord Peter Mandelson, which was a British ambassador at the time to us, and he's implicated directly in these emails. So let's talk about a few of them. They were on Yahoo emails, which was my beginning of my email days, so I could see that. And you could definitely see his address is like his initials and stuff. It looks like Jeep because it's Jeffrey Epstein something. Okay, so there's one from Ghislaine Maxwell, and she said with our deputy DOJ, Todd Blanche, most recently, if you remember, I think it was only last month when he went to go visit her, and under oath, she had said she started to break away from him and cut him off in 2003. This is what she said over the summer to Todd Blanche under oath during the 10 hours they met.
Of their personal relationship.
Exactly. Ghislaine Maxwell, as recently as July, had said that she had a very, very diminished role in his life in 2008 when Jeffrey Epstein went to prison in Florida. And that she has said previously that her role for him was, tapering off in this period. But the emails show that they were in contact constantly. In 2008, for example, in the lead up to him going to prison, they were exchanging emails almost at a rate of one per day, more than 200. They were discussing a shared fertility procedure during this period, which suggests a closeness that we didn't previously know about.
Yeah, that doesn't sound...
Before she was transferred to Camp Bryan in Texas, to a no security camp prison where she's supposedly allowed out, just like Jeffrey Epstein was during his first round of doing 13 months in 2008. He was sentenced to 13 months in prison with a sweetheart deal that he can leave the prison whenever he wanted, and he did. He had access to his jets. He continued raping and abusing girls during this whole time. And she's basically in the same kind of situation now that she got moved from Tallahassee, Florida prison, which she's doing 20 years for sex trafficking, pedophilia. And she was recently moved to this Camp Bryan for, she wants a plea deal and she wants a pardon from Donald Trump. So we have to stay on this so Donald does not give her a pardon because she'll leave the country immediately. This woman is a conniving bitch. She lured young girls, some underage, into this pyramid scheme of sex trafficking and abuse for Epstein and herself and all these powerful men across the world, okay? So you cannot believe a word she says. So she's trying to tell Todd Blanche, who is, like I said, second in our DOJ to Pam Bondi, he shouldn't even be talking with her this summer because he was Donald Trump defense attorney, okay? And Donald appointed him the deputy of DOJ. It's just crazy shit, right? And he's not even that good of an attorney. I mean, he's got a lot of losses for Donald Trump. So I don't know. Keep your enemies close. So she said during this 10-hour meeting over a weekend span that she was cutting off from Epstein in 2003. Now, these emails from this particular one on September 19th, 2007 had Epstein and Ghislaine were trying to have a secret baby, apparently. 2007. So she recently said this summer, 2025, that she cut him off in 2003. And she never admitted to anything. She just said she was in charge of all his houses, managed all his houses across the country. So here in the email, they're trying to have a baby without anybody else knowing. Also, she was trying to comfort him while he was in jail. So all that's a lie. And she did it all under an oath. Okay. So also in another email in 2007, August 23rd of the same year, of the one we just spoke about, the email from Ghislaine Maxwell to Jeffrey Epstein was just confirming but adding to what we've been talking about. This man, Joe Pascal, he's the guy that you've been seeing in the photo lately with that super large check that's signed by Trump. You know, I don't know if it really was signed by Trump, but it's from Trump. And it's a disgusting giant check. This guy's in the picture holding it with two other people. And it's basically, I forget the amount, $22,000 for a woman whose property value has declined. You know, degrading them like their property. No surprise. But so this guy, Joel Pascal, is the guy in that holding the check. That giant check, like you give it to charity, but you make it big so you could see it. Okay. So apparently, now Abe Gossman, you've heard about him in this story too. Abe had money. He was a healthcare person with money in the healthcare industry. And he went bankrupt around, I think it was 2001. And he bought a property in the late 1980s from Les Wexler, who you know was also a big part of Epstein and the traffickers. Yeah, I've gotten into that before, but I'm not going to get into Les Wexler right now. He's disgusting as a male. Don't let the Leslie make you think it's a female. It's a male. So while he was going, I guess, through these hard times and claimed bankruptcy, he was selling his property. And it's the property, okay? And this is no coincidence. It's the property that Epstein brought Trump to get his opinion on where to move the pool. Now, that property was, I think, approximately $31 or $32 million, and Epstein wanted Trump's opinion on it. And he knew Trump couldn't buy it because Trump didn't have the money to buy it. Trump's money has always been smoke and mirrors. I mean, up until now, he's supposedly a billionaire now since he got into office, but who knows? That's probably smoke and mirrors too. I hope it is anyway. But so he didn't have the money to buy this house, and Epstein, they're like best friends at the time. So Epstein took him to the house. That's what I do with my friends and family, right? So behind Epstein's back, Trump buys the property. He outbids him at $41 million. And this upsets Epstein tremendously because, you know, these masculine, toxic men, especially in this real estate, huge billion dollar people, it really upset Epstein. And this put a little rift between them, according to Michael Wolff, the biographer of Trump and Epstein. So Trump owns the property now on the water in South Palm Beach. Trump sells it after he just paints the house. He sells it for $95 million. So he gets more than double the price in millions of dollars. Now, I have my real estate license, and at that level, doubling it, I mean, even at a normal house median price range, doubling it is crazy. But in some years, it happens if, things shoot up after being in a recession, but not like this. He paid 41 for it. Don't quote me on the numbers, but it's around there, 41 million. And then he sold it to a Russian oligarchy who was into fertilizers for $95 million. That's like so much room to launder money. And he's a Russian oligarch, okay? And then the property, the house was totally demolished for mold. So it no longer existed. It no longer existed or exists anymore. Crazy stuff, right? Okay. So this email confirms all this happening that is being denied. Everything's being denied and being denied. I just wanted to update you on that. I'm going to continue reading those emails as soon as I could get my hands on more than probably this weekend. It also stated that Lord Peter Mandelson, the British ambassador that I brought up at the beginning, and again, all this is according to Bloomberg reporters, he was immediately removed as soon he was implicated. Just like Prince Andrew, I think, of Wales, was immediately removed after he was implicated in this Epstein thing. But yet our president, these corrupt people around him, they keep him in charge of our country. When these other people in other countries are immediately removed, they're not killed, but they're removed. I don't understand why this man still gets to stay here. It's just absolute absurd. Just gets me so sick. I think I wanted to say one more thing before we do that. Oh yeah, the Wall Street Journal incorrectly reported yesterday that the suspect in custody for Charlie Kirk's death was transgender, it looked like. So again, stop causing this hate stuff in our country, Wall Street Journal. Because yeah, you retracted it, but you know what? It's too fucking late. So watch what you're doing. Just submit the facts. Unless you're just somebody talking in your family at the dinner table. Okay, so just stop saying that. One thing I also wanted to mention that I heard today on I've Had It TV. There are two women that live in the red zones of the state of Oklahoma, and I could totally relate to them. I've been living in the red zone of North Carolina for half my life. So today they wanted to repeat this, and I want to repeat this to you because it's not getting enough light. During the RNC last year, when all the Republicans gathered together and they were partying and Elon was, had that chainsaw going and everybody was all friends and super high. Grindr, the Grindr app for gay people, men, I believe, crashed. Not once, but twice. Yes, during the RNC, the Grindr app crashed twice. What does that say about the Republican men? It's what my podcast has been saying the whole time. Live your life the way you want to live it out loud. If you want to love or have sex with this type of person that you're condemning, that's your own fault. You can be a Democrat and love whoever you want. That's what's great about being a Democrat. We don't judge you. As long as you're not hurting children or killing people or hurting anyone, we're cool. Just be you. You don't have to hide it, and you don't have to hate people because you just want to be you. So to me, this is just Republican men hiding the fact that they're gay, that Grindr, crashed twice. We already know Laura Loomer said, and we all knew this already kind of anyway, that Lindsey Graham is gay, openly gay. He takes men to, dinners, political dinners, etc. And that's fine, but stop making laws and hatred and judgments towards gay. It's so unacceptable. And also, two transgender people on Grindr said that they've been with people in the political party, specifically a congressman, and they don't want to come out and say who it is, but one of them has had like a 2-year relationship with this congressman. And the transgender person, does not understand why it's getting harder for them to understand why they do this behind the scenes and then make laws against them and take things away from them. Yeah, it's true. And this person says they advertise themselves as trans $1,000 per hour on Grindr and on Fans Only. Yeah, Fans Only. So yeah, let's not that go to the side. Grindr crashed twice during the RNC, the Republican convention, not the Democrat, the Republican. Okay, that's it for right now. I will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Okay. Hi, I'm Dawn.